Hello everyone, welcome to a weird video. I've been saying that a lot recently. I'm trying to fill this space until Pokemon comes out, you know how it is. Anyway, today is Marvel Snap. If you've not heard of this game, I was one of you until about 5 days ago. It's essentially a Marvel card game. I used to play this really old one back in like 2013 or something on my phone called, who knows, Marvel Unite or something like that. Anyway, this is like a way better version of it, so you know I'm addicted to it, which I am. This video is basically just going to be me showing off the 3 decks I've been using and playing the game, which is fun. If you don't know how to play the game, don't worry. I'm going to explain it as we go on. It's pretty damn simple. Like, literally, probably the most complex thing to figure out is what's good, because it is so simple usually. So I'm just going to play a game with the first deck here, which will be the easiest one to probably understand, I'd say, which is called Zoo. This is my version of it anyway. This isn't like a... oh, you can see my mouse. That shouldn't be happening. Hold on. Oh, I guess you're just going to see it? It does not seem to give me an option on this kind of capture. That's probably why I don't use it very often. Okay, well, oh well. As you can tell, this is a mobile game, which is why it's confined to the corner of the screen. I apologize. It's the best I could do. I am playing it on my computer, but there's no actual computer layout. So even if I full screened it and recorded, it would still be this small. So can't really help. Anyway, let's play a game. I might lose, but we'll see. Okay. So there are 6 turns in a game. Your goal is just to have the most power at each location. And then you win. You got to get 2 out of 3, essentially, because you have to have more than your opponent. So turn 1, we're probably going to play Ant-Man, because it's all we can play. See this little blue thing down here? This is your energy. Your energy determines what you can play. Obviously, Ant-Man takes 1. Kazar takes 4. Hulkbuster takes 3. Oh yeah, and they have funny little effects. Hold on. Each turn, you get 1 more energy to play cards with. So now we have 2 energy, which we don't have any 2 energy cards, but I'm going to take the time to explain anyway. The 3 locations, as you can see, have different effects. Sanctum Sanctorum is probably the worst thing I could see, because we're playing a deck that spams cards. It means you can't play any cards there? Great. We're kind of screwed. And they have Nightcrawler right away. So let's just explain that really quick. The 2 cards we played so far... Oh, thanks. I got Squirrel Girl. Ant-Man gains 3 power if there are 3 other cards here. You can have a max of 4 at each place. Nightcrawler can move once, so they're going to move Nightcrawler into the Sanctum Sanctorum, and then, you know, they kind of just win that area. Unless I can do something with Squirrel Girl here, which we might. When you play Yondu, on reveal means basically when you play it. We're just going to kill one of their cards on the top of their deck, so they'll never draw it. And Squirrel Girl is going to spread squirrels around. Oh, they have the Punisher. And I killed their Squirrel Girl. So we're probably playing very similar decks, which isn't surprising because this is the most popular deck. Punisher gets more power the more opposing cards are on the field. So, you know, given I have to have 4 cards here for Ant-Man, that was a good play. For now, I think I'm going to play Ironheart and try to buff my squirrel. You might be thinking to yourself, really? Why would you want to play Squirrel Girl and put a 1 power squirrel on the board? Well, that's why. Because now we have 3 power here, and we'll match Nightcrawler if they teleport him in there. I wonder... This is a little risky. So, I do want to play Kazar. They played Kazar. You can see what he does. He adds 1 power to your 1-cost cards, which is another reason to play him. This is turn 5. I don't really have a choice. I guess we'll play him here. Yeah, that'll do. I was thinking of using Scarlet Witch, which just changes the location into another random one, which can be good sometimes. But I think we win this location through Khazar, so... Ooh, it's a tie, actually. That's a little bit unfortunate. Of course we drew Angela this late into the game. On the final turn. Okay, so I think I know what I can do. I've pretty much won the Sanctum Sanctorum, right? Because they can only move a 3-power Nightcrawler here. They're going to win Hell's Kitchen because I can't play any more cards here. At least that's what they think. And then Fisk Tower is really the only place we can counter them at. So I'm going to do that. Hulkbuster is a powerful card that connects to another card, so you don't take up an extra spot, which is why it's in this deck that spams cards. And then Swordsmaster just has 6 attack, but he kills one of your cards when you play him. I think we can do this. Obviously, killing a card doesn't matter because it's the last turn anyway. Onslaught. Okay. So Claw doubles, and we're tied. I think they got us. Yeah. Too bad. I don't have Onslaught yet. That would be a great card to have. But in the case of a tie where one person has one location and another person has one, then it counts how much total power you have. And I think they just barely beat us. So we have 30 here, plus 4 is 34. They have 36. Yeah. Shoot. 2 more power. I could have played Blue Marvel, who increases all of your cards' power by 1. But then I wouldn't have even tied in this location. They would have just beat me here. So not much you can do about that. Ooh, we get to upgrade Scarlet Witch, though. That's nice. And this is how you get more cards. Unlike other gacha games, you don't pull them out of like card packs. By upgrading your cards, you get more cards. So that's kind of nice. The thing is, like, it costs a lot to upgrade your cards sometimes, right? Okay, so that's basically how the game goes. It's just like that. The locations are always randomized, so you can get like pretty much, they can really change the tide of the game. But now that we've got there, let me explain the deck to you. Why I'm playing each card and what they do. And then we'll go into another one. So it's called Zoo, apparently, because that's a Magic the Gathering term. It just means you play a bunch of low-cost cards, and that's the goal. So, like I said, Ant-Man gains 3 power when there are 3 allies on the same location. Squirrel Girl spreads squirrels, which are great because we can power them up with Khazar and Blue Marvel. Angel is a 1-cost that swoops in if one of your cards is destroyed. This is pretty important because there's Electra is a card that is a 1-cost card that destroys another 1-cost card on the field. So, given that we really depend on spamming 1-cost cards, it can be pretty bad for one of them to instantly die, especially on like turn 1 or 2. So it's nice to have Angel to swoop in and, save the day. Nightcrawler is probably the best card in the game. It doesn't look like it, but I mean, like a 1-power 2-cost? How could that be possible? At least in my pool, I should explain that. I'm in the first, like, rookie pool, essentially. There are 3. I'm in number 1. So I get a certain selection of cards, and I'm pretty sure Nightcrawler is literally the best one here. I use him in pretty much every deck. You can move him once, which is extremely powerful, because it means, for example, okay, let's take Angela, right? Angela is a card that gains power every time you play a card to a location. This means you can play Angela and then Nightcrawler, and then she gains the power from Nightcrawler being played there. Then you can move Nightcrawler somewhere else so he doesn't get in the way, and you can play more cards there. Really, the worst thing for this deck is running out of space, right? Because you're spamming so many tiny cards that you then buff up. So Nightcrawler is extremely good for conserving space. And also, let's say you play Nightcrawler to a location that hasn't been revealed yet, and it turns out it's really bad for you to have played Nightcrawler there, you can just move him. It's an extremely good card. Next up is Yondu. I'm playing him for the memes, pretty much. He is a 1-cost, so he works well in the deck, but he just blasts a card off your opponent's deck, which can be very good sometimes, because a lot of decks rely on one super powerful card that comes in at the end. Like, say, if the opponent was playing this deck and I killed their Khazar, that's a big hit, right? But it's random, so I could end up killing their, like, Ant-Man, and they're like, whatever. Next up is Angela. I already kind of explained her. She's extremely good. I just got her. You can build up to, like, you could build a lot, really. But if you get to play her in a location first, then you get 3 cards of build, at least. So that gives her 6 more power. She's a 2/7 then, which is obviously good. And then if you have Nightcrawler, you can move Nightcrawler away and get another to have a full 8 power, and she's a 9 power card. Which, as you can tell, is the strongest card in my deck, if that were ever to be pulled off. So it's pretty damn good. Next is Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is in the deck specifically to counter locations that suck for this particular strategy. There are a good amount of them. There's one location that only allows you to play 1 card to it, and that means, like, this has happened to me before. Maybe I'll put the screenshot on screen. I actually have a screenshot where I played Squirrel Girl on turn 1, and then this location got revealed, and it only allows you to play 1 card, right? So there was a 1-power squirrel sitting on the throne of the gods, and I ended up winning it because they weren't willing to play any cards there, but I thought it was hilarious. Scarlet Witch is to counter stuff like that from happening, so that, you know, this deck can function if there's a really bad zone there. Ironheart is just good. Sort of the same as Nightcrawler, like, could be used in any deck. She just gives +2 power to 3 other cards. Given we're spamming cards, we're definitely going to have 3 cards on the field by turn 3 if things are going well, which that'll be when you have 3 power to player. And then you just instantly get 6 extra power on the board. Yeah, she's just really good. Next is the Hulkbuster. I basically only play this card because I want to conserve space. It adds 4 power to another one of your cards, essentially. So, you know. The best case scenario is that it latches onto Nightcrawler, and then you can move that to another space. A full, like, 6 power card is pretty nice to be able to move around. I play Swordsmaster, which is a card that destroys a card in your hand, because it's a low-cost, high-power card. It's like instead of a benefit effect, it's like a cost effect. I play Swordsmaster because... or Swordmaster, rather. Sometimes you just really need a lot of power at one spot to really turn the tide with a deck like this, because most of your cards are low power. And in the case there is something that, like, reduces card power that's played to a location, like, oh, this location, every card that's played here gives you -3 power on that card. Swordsmaster is great for holding down the fort. Namor is also a good one for that, because he gains 5 power if it's the only card in a location. But because I'm playing Squirrel Girl, who's going to put squirrels everywhere, that doesn't really work. So Swordsmaster is the best thing for that, personally, in my opinion. And then, of course, Khazar, which just boosts all the 1-cost cards in the deck. Basically, the point of the deck. And Blue Marvel, who gives every one of your cards +1 power. I don't play a 6-cost in this deck, which is a little controversial. There are a lot of good ones. Let me just... So, you know, you've got the Hulk, which just has 12 power, which is crazy. You've got America Chavez, which has 9 power. And she always comes on the last turn, so she's not sitting in your hand, unable to be played. Odin, which does on-reveal effects twice, all this stuff. I just don't find them particularly good for this particular deck, because on the last turn you can play Blue Marvel, another 1-cost. And then, hey, that's nice. Yeah. When we get to the other 2 decks I'm playing, then you'll see what 6 costs I do think are good. Anyway, let's play again and see if we can actually win this one. Ooh, they've got the fancy Carnage Spider-Woman, I guess. Okay, Hala. After turn 4, destroy all cards controlled by the player losing here. So this is a really fun example of where Swordsmaster will be good, because I'll spread all my cards across the field, and then they'll be like, oh, they're not focusing on this, I guess I win it. And then you can throw Swordsmaster in there and completely screw it up and change the tide. Oh, they're going to Yondu me. No! That's the one card. Well, oh well. Not much to be done there. Xandar, +1 power to all cards here. I mean, that's for both sides, so I guess it helps me because my cards are pretty low cost. I'm going to play Angela here. Hopefully this one is a decent location and not something that's going to destroy poor Squirrel Girl. Poor Squirrel Girl. Ooh, the opponent is struggling. Armor, okay. Essentially, this means the cards in this location can't be destroyed. So our squirrel is safe. Sinister London. Oh boy. Okay, this is a pretty game swingy location. Any card you put here is copied to another location. So right now I'm going to put Ironheart here, and we're going to get double the bonuses for it. Oh, they're going to take 2 of my cards. That's not great. That's pretty bad, actually. That's what Cable does. He takes the card off the bottom of your opponent's deck and gives it to you. Which, okay, they didn't take Gazar. Well, that's good, at least. I think we've handily won this location, so we're going to kill their Cable and Yondu. Although I do want to play Gazar to Sinister London. Do I risk it? Yeah, why not? Hey, it worked out anyway. Perfect. Oh, they got another Yondu. Man, they've just destroyed most of my cards. This is incredibly not great. Oh, and they're changing the location anyway. I mean, they still lost it. Unless they have... Oh, they just... Okay. Well, they got rid of their Blue Marvel, which was probably their plan to win this location, so... Excellent. Okay. We can play one more card to Sinister London. Which I don't want to get rid of it. So I think I'm going to go with Ant-Man. That gives us a... Oh, no, it doesn't give us a 6 power Ant-Man. Well, it will when we put one over here. One more card and we'll have a 6 power Ant-Man here. Ooh, Sentinel. So Sentinel, basically what it does is it adds another Sentinel to your hand. Which means you can spam them, but they're not very high power, so I don't really care about them. I mean, we've pretty handily won both locations here. So I'm going to snap. Which just doubles your points if you win. Ooh, they think they've got it. We're going to play Scarlet Witch to here, I think. It's the only thing we can do to get Ant-Man's boost. And we'll see what happens, because the cards can't be destroyed here anyway. Ooh, did they play the Hulk? Oh, we got Limbo. That's an extra turn to the game. Okay. The game's not over yet, folks. Oh, it's Devil Dinosaur. I see. Oh, no. Oh, they would have won. Wait, you don't draw a card on this turn? Oh, well, now we have to retreat. But, hey. So Devil Dinosaur gets more powerful for every card you have in your hand. Which, I hate this card. It's literally wins the game by itself. And I don't have it, so... We're going to retreat and save ourselves from losing a bunch of points. We had that pretty close, but they had Devil Dinosaur, so we just lost. Alright, let's move on to the next deck. Don't worry, it's got a lot of the cards from this one, so let's see. Ongoing. Now, I didn't actually explain ongoing effects, but I think you get the gist just from the name. Essentially, they happen over time. They don't happen the instant you flip the card. So Ant-Man continues to check if you have 3 cards of the location. If one gets destroyed, he'll lose power. That's why it's ongoing. I already explained Ant-Man and Nightcrawler. We've got Rocket Raccoon in this deck. Essentially... if you can call out your opponent and tell where they're going to play a card, this card gets +2 power. As a 1 cost that can potentially get to a 4, just like Ant-Man, is pretty good, especially because we have Kazar here as well. Armor, you just saw it over there. This is a decently new card for me. This can be good because, again, it's to counter Elektra, essentially, from destroying our low-cost cards. The Lizard. I love this one in combination with another card. A 2-cost 5 power, which is pretty unbalanced in terms of, energy to power ratio. But loses 3 power if your opponent has 4 cards there. The fun little combo you can do with Lizard is to put Professor Xavier beside him, who essentially stops your opponent from playing cards to this location. This is my favorite card in the game. It's honestly not even that good, but because it's a 5 cost, so you can only play it on turn 5 and 6. But if your opponent is not paying attention to a location, and maybe they're going to try to get into it on the last turn, you can just put Professor Xavier down there and win with him alone. It's pretty funny. And it also stops people from, obviously, getting 4 cards in the location to beat the Lizard, which is nice. Next is Mr. Fantastic. He gives adjacent locations 2 power. If you play him to the middle, he bumps both to the left and right. If you play him on the left and right, he only bumps the middle. Extremely good for locations you can't get into, like the Sanctum Sanctorum from the first game, but pretty low power, so I don't always use him. You saw the Punisher on that one person's deck. Pretty good card. Khazar, another ongoing effect, that's why I'm using him. We don't have Squirrel Girl in this deck, so I am playing Knowhere, who also has an ongoing effect. Iron Man has an ongoing effect that doubles your power in a location, which can be pretty game-winning. The problem is a lot of decks I play have a lot of low power cards, so it doesn't really swing it that much. But this one in particular, like, you know, it can be good, especially if you play him to the space with the Lizard or something like that. I explained Professor X, so you got Spectrum. Spectrum's a 6 cost card that gives +2 power to all ongoing cards, which, as you can tell, is pretty much the entire deck, outside of, like, Nightcrawler and Rocket Raccoon. I think everybody else is ongoing, so they'd all get +2 when you play Spectrum, who has 5 power herself, so nothing to slouch at or whatever. Anyway, let's play ongoing. This one's the most consistent deck, so it should be fun. We might actually win. Starlit Citadel. After turn 4, swap the position of each location. Oh, okay. I haven't played this one. The opponent's going to play a 1 cost here, so we're going to get extra points, right? That's just how it goes, right? Gambling? Gambling? They didn't do it! Ah, no! Well, now Rocket Raccoon isn't that good. Oh, boy. Okay. Whoever is winning this location gets +3 points at the other. You know what that means. This is going to get competitive. Okay, they have Colossus. Colossus just isn't affected by stuff, which can be nice. Oh, and Wakanda, which does exactly what Armor does, except it's a location instead of a card. Play the Punisher here. That's a pretty good one. Because we knew they're going to put a bunch of freaking cards here. Khazar is good too. I could throw the Lizard over onto Wakanda right now and probably, you know, win that location. But for now, I'm going to keep focusing on the middle. We'll throw the Lizard down late into the game. Or just Professor X if it looks like they're not playing there. They had the same idea. They were like, I better start playing to Wakanda. Ooh. So now they got one guy on the Baxter building. That's pretty nice. Do they have a bunch of 1 costs to throw down here? That's the real question. I wonder. Because if not, I'll just throw down Professor Xavier, and maybe we tie the location, and then I can beat them with Spectrum at the end of the game. But a lot of people have buff stuff, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them the Baxter building for now, and I'm just going to play Professor Xavier to... I think Wakanda, and just seal that location as mine. So now we've won Wakanda for sure. They literally can't play cards there. And this is turn 6, so I have to decide what I want to do. I want to put a card down on the Starlit Citadel. Or Starlight Citadel. And I think Spectrum makes sense, but she's not really helping. The problem is if they put a really good card here while they're still winning the Baxter building, they might win, right? So I kind of feel like I should split my efforts. And I do have 6 power worth of cards to do that. So I guess I'll do that. And we'll see what happens. Okay, they focused everything onto the Baxter building, which makes sense because they want to win it. But now they're not going to win it. They're not going to win this location, so we've won the game. No, not the lizard, choked out by Nightcrawler. We win! You gotta really watch that in this game. It's really easy to narrow in on a single location and get screwed over because of it. Anyway, let's upgrade Knowhere. And see if I get a fun new card.
3D.
Whoa, 3D. I don't. I just get some credits. Well, that's boring for the video, but whatever. It's fine. Let's play one more with this deck, and then we'll move on to the last deck, which is my meme deck, essentially. Death's Domain. When you play a card here, destroy it. Wow, I guess neither of us are playing cards there, then. I hope they don't have any cards that like to be destroyed, because there are some. Which of these 2 locations will they play to? Probably the last one, right? That's what I would do. Yeah, got him. Oh, and they played Quicksilver. He sucks. Quicksilver, thematically, is always the first card in your hand, but he's only got 2 power, so not too good. Oh, wow, Oscorp Tower. Wow. I'm just not even going to play anything. On turn 3, the 2 fields would swap, so if we play anything there, we're just giving them cards. Neither of us played cards that turn, yeah. Cards here have +5 power? Okay. I'm going to protect myself, I think. Because Rocket Raccoon got that boost, and that's a prime target for them to try to kill with Electra, so I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. Alright, now we can play to Oscorp Tower. I really, really, really need... Actually, Mr. Fantastic can do pretty good here. I was going to say, I need Nightcrawler in order to teleport into death. But I can do that to get some points there, too. Yeah, okay, what do I do now? I guess I could Professor X Oscorp Tower and just screw them over. Maybe. Let's do that. I love Professor X! Woo! We love Professor X! Now, what did they play here? Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, they're screwed. I mean, we're tying on Death's Domain. And I never pulled Nightcrawler, which is a little unfortunate. But I do think we've got this in the bag. We just need to pick out what are the good cards to play here. Probably Punisher and Ant-Man? Question mark? Because they'll both gain power and then get +5. And then I think we win. It's really unfortunate. You know what? I'm going to play the Lizard to Death's Domain, even though it'll get destroyed just because it's funny. And I can. They only played 1 card here. Let's just hope it's not the Hulk. I sacrificed the Lizard to death. So I will win the game. Oh, it's Iron Man. Well, I think they won. God damn it. Is that the second time we got Iron Man to lose? I think it is, honestly. The card's too good, my friends. Wow, it's okay. You know, I don't usually lose this much. What are you guys doing to me? I guess maybe because it's later at night now, like people who just got off of work are playing and they have brains. I don't know. Anyway, I guess we didn't pull Iron Man, so that's why. Let's go to the meme deck. I call it Bold and Brash. You've probably seen it here. And we're like, what? Bold and Brash? Like the SpongeBob? Yeah. So it's basically Zoo, but I threw in some funnier stuff. I think Squirrel Girl is funny, personally, because you can win locations with a squirrel, which, you know, it's hilarious. It's called Bold and Brash mostly because of the Hulk. Did I put Carnage in this deck? No, I meant to put Carnage in this deck. Where's Carnage? There's Carnage. I forgot. I actually, even in the preview, had Angela here because I forgot to put Carnage back in. Carnage is hilarious. It eats all the cards on your side of the field and gains power for each one it eats. So, because we're spamming a bunch of cards, you can usually find some pretty good stuff for Carnage to devour. I love feeding Carnage squirrels. It's hilarious. What other cards have I not explained yet that are in this deck? I mean, the Hulk is just the Hulk. Doesn't even have any effect. It's just big. Spider-Woman, probably. She's a 7 power, which is already good, and she lowers all enemy cards by 1, which is basically counter Zoo, essentially. It's to stop people from playing the exact strategy I'm playing. Yeah, the only thing this deck doesn't have is some sort of protection against extremely bad areas, which would be great, but that's not very bold and brash, is it? That's, you know, conservative and smart. No, we're bold and brash. I hope the best win rate in this video is for bold and brash. The ice box. Give each card in each player's hand +1 cost. Oh, give 1 card. Okay, so Blue Marvel's a 6, which honestly he should be a 6 anyway. I'm gonna play Ant-Man. They play Blade, okay. Oh, and they've got Wolverine. Okay, so this is a destruction deck. Blade kills a card when you play him because he's a low cost, high power for, you know, relatively where he's at. And Wolverine, if Wolverine gets destroyed, then it gets played to a random location, which is fine, but he's only a 3 power, so he's not all that good. I think they're probably going to play Tequilin then, because you can't play cards here after turn 4, so. They didn't. Okay. Mr. Sinister clones himself. That's all he does. Bar Sinister. We'll play a card here, fill this location with copies of it. Okay, so if we get Ironheart, then we will fill this with Ironhearts. If not, then we will fill it with Hulks and win. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I really don't want to just automatically lose Keelan because that'd be bad. So I'm going to play Hulkbuster here and hopefully not instantly lose. Squirrel Girl. Okay, the problem is we obviously can't play Squirrel Girl to Bar Sinister because then it'll fill with squirrels. So we're just not going to be able to play anything this turn, unfortunately. Strong Guy? Okay, they're playing a weird meme deck. Strong Guy gains 6 power if you have no cards in your hand, which I guess does synergize with the Destruction deck, but at this point of the game, we do not have that many Destruction cards, so... Hey, we got Ironheart. Okay, we're going to get a lot of boosts. Oh, but only to 2 cards. It's a little unfortunate. Oh, actually... That's not going to fill the location with squirrels, is it? I guess we're going to find out in media res. We're going to hope that only puts 1 squirrel here. And then, because I'm not playing the squirrel, it's just going there. It's the same as Nightcrawler rules, right? Clearly. Nope, they killed their own Jessica Jones. Okay, good. Okay, we get a bunch of Ironheart boosts. This is exactly what we wanted, because now we're going to win Keelan. And we're going to maybe win the other locations. We'll see about that. I mean, we've got 9 on Bar Sinister. The only thing that could beat it is probably the Hulk. So... and Keelan is locked down, so there's not much they can do there either. I don't know. Do I play Blue Marvel and get +1 just to make sure I win? Or do I play the Hulk because it's bold and brash and it'd be funny to beat them at this location? We're being bold and brash! If they do win Bar Sinister, this will be hilarious because I'm going to steal the icebox from them. It's Groot! They filled it with Groots. They did win Bar Sinister. But we got it with... I love that we won this space station with Rocket Raccoon and a squirrel. It's just a really powerful Rocket Raccoon and a squirrel along for the ride. Alright. We won! Sometimes being bold and brash is a good thing. Alright. Well, we got Rocket to play, at least. On-reveal effects do not happen at this location. Okay, well, we're not playing Rocket there. Let's see. Do we think they're going to play here or here? I'm feeling like they're going to play here. Yep, got him. They played Nova, too. So if Nova gets destroyed, it gives all of your allied cards +1. So they're probably going to try to destroy... Oh, that would have been so good to know before now. I could fill everything with squirrels. I'm not doing that. We'll put Squirrel Girl here. Oh, they're changing Knowhere. Okay. Oh, wait, they can't change Knowhere because it's an on-reveal effect. I'm guessing they probably didn't think about that. And not that they just wanted Scarlet Witch there. I'm not sure. Anyway, the Raft. You get a 6-cost card that costs 0. A lot of the 6-cost cards are good, so we're going to try to win this location. Oh my god, please don't be the Hulk. Okay. That's fine. Whew, that could have been bad. I think we're going to win the 6-cost. We'll just have to see what it is. Ooh, they're taking a while to think. It's funny because the name is Jiffy. Get it? Like in a jiffy, it's supposed to be fast, isn't it? Oh, they're going to kill Nova with Deathlock. No! Okay, so you ought to... Okay, well, I'll let this resolve. So Deathlock destroys all your other cards at a certain location. Which obviously in the case of Nova was a good thing for them. And Watu just shows you what all the locations are beforehand. Which can be good if you draw it early, but if not, he's kind of just a rock in your deck. So I also don't have him, or else I might play him. You never know. So we're probably going to play Spider-Woman here for the last turn and instantly win. There, maybe, depending on how many cards they put here. And for now, I'm just going to put Ant-Man here and see what happens. I guess I could have played Blue Marvel, couldn't I? That was stupid of me. I guess I was thinking I should save him for next turn, but... Oh well. We drew the Destroyer, which destroys all of your other cards. This is hilarious. Because we can play him here, and that won't happen. So we've instantly won Knowhere, which is great, and then we'll just play the Hulk here. What's more bold and brash than that? That's so good. Okay, well, we instantly win. There's nothing they can do about this, unfortunately. They had no way to know this was going to happen. I mean, they lost the raft, so I guess they kind of knew it could happen, but still. What's going on, Jiffy? Taking a while, Jiffy? Please just let this resolve, please. I just want to see it. It'll be so funny. I mean, they're going to run out of time pretty quick. The little pink bar down here is counting down. Oh, wait. Do you only see it when I'm clicked in? Hold on. Oh, I'm not clicked into the window. That's why. Okay. This is going to run out, and they're going to run out of time. Heimdall. I mean, we still win, I think. But, you know, that wasn't what I was expecting. Oh, right. Heimdall doesn't activate because of fucking Knowhere. Okay. Yeah, we won. By being bold and brash. Right, so Heimdall moves all your cards one space to the left, but it's an on-reveal effect, so it didn't happen here. They were just trying to win it with the raw power of Heimdall being an 8. I'm trying to figure out... They played Namor, Carnage, and Heimdall on that turn, right? How the hell did they manage that? I don't know. Maybe I missed something. I probably did. I was probably too focused on my own funny play of playing the Destroyer to Knowhere because he won't destroy my cards then. That's 40 minutes almost exactly. That seems like a good place to stop. I hope you enjoyed. This game is hilarious and fun, and I love putting a squirrel on the throne of the world. So if you want to see more, sure. I'll play some more. Why not? All right. Like, subscribe. You know the jazz. I will see you later. Bye.